Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my home cafe. In a previous video, we did the half carafe brew with the Moccamaster Select. So this will be a revised video. We realised we had it on full carafe instead of half carafe. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have the half carafe select switch in the proper position. So we're using the same ratio. We have 35 grams of pre-ground ground coffee. I'm using the Breville Smart Pro grinder with a setting on grinder size of 50, which is preset to filter. So we also have our carafe in place, our brew basket ready to go. So first things first, let's get some coffee brewed up. And I've measured out the dose of coffee, so I know exactly what I'm getting. Simply by some scales and a little dosing jug. So that stopped, so we'll go again. There we go, perfect. So next step, we'll come across and load up our basket. Some people tend to pre-wet their paper filters, but I'm not going to. So what we will do now, pop that up into our machine. I'll leave the lid off because I might do a little bit of a different aspect with this today. Sometimes they have a tendency to stir the brew before she goes in. So now, because I'm going for a half carafe, I have selected 500 mils of fresh portable water, but I've gone a little bit higher than 500 to allow for pre-wetting. So we'll pop the water in. Again, predetermining our amount without relying on guesswork or anything. And it always pays to use a different jug to your carafe, so you don't get a build-up of anything. So right now we have our water in. As soon as I stop fumbling. Okay, now it's just a matter of starting the machine off, and she will automatically start to brew. So let's turn the machine on, and while that's going, we will select our half carafe, and that should start to brew up very, very shortly. It'll give it a few minutes for the element to warm up. There she goes. So she's starting to fire up now. Now I believe, having it on half carafe, the water then passes through the system slightly slower as opposed to a full carafe. So there we have our shower screen has started brewing our water through. So now we've gone into the we're just starting to get coffee through now. So we've probably used probably 50 ml of the water. So now I will just give this a brief little mix to make sure that it's all wet through, and I'll let the machine do the rest. It'll be interesting to see what volume we get. We have 550 ml of water, as I said, so I allowed 50 ml for pre-wetting. Not something that I think needs to be done, but it's just probably handy. So then, by rights, we should hopefully get a couple of cups or maybe mugs of coffee out of this brew. So while that's brewing, in the previous, as I mentioned in the previous one, I had planned on doing the half carafe, but I had it on full carafe, which meant the water passed through the coffee grounds quicker than what it would on a half carafe. So at the moment, so we'll let this go for a few minutes until she's finished, and then we will come back. Okay, so now all the water's passed through the machine. So let's take the lid off. Let's see what we have. Okay, so what we've got, by the look of it, is right. So yep, everything's still wet, and there's still some water sitting in there. So perhaps it's still seeping through. So whether that is still a lot of fluid in there. So I'm wondering now whether that's actually been a bit too fine, and there's still a lot of water left in that, which probably shouldn't be happening. So we may have actually had that too coarse, too fine, because by the look of it, it's blocked up the thing. So, all right, let's come back to that. Right, so we've come back to this now. Now all the water's passed through it, and I definitely think I had the grind size too coarse, because there was a lot of water left in the top of the brew basket, and it's probably caused it to clog up. So I think on our next attempt, I think we will definitely have a coarser grind with our next brew. So the half carafe principle has made a difference. It has allowed the water to pass through the brew basket slower than what it would have done on a full carafe. So I think, as I mentioned, next time we will have a coarser, definitely have a coarser grind. So with our grinder, as I said, we have the Breville Pro grinder. So I think we will, instead of having it on 50, I think we will end up going right up to the higher side of so we're sitting on them. We'll have that on about 60, I think. So we'll see if that makes a difference next time. So just a quick review. We had the same grind, same quantity of coffee, ground coffee. We had a grind size of 50, which we now know we should have gone coarser. we had 550 mils of water in it, so we have literally got a higher fluid content in our jug, and that was after doing a bit of a stir through from the in the brew basket. So we're just steaming up some milk at the moment, and we will see what sort of coffee volume we get very shortly. Alright, so we've come back, we've finished making a lot of noise. We've steamed our milk, incidentally using the Breville Creatista Pro. So we'll see what sort of, now this depends on how much coffee you like in your cup. So what I'll do is I'll have a bit of a taste of this before I add the milk to it. So give that a bit of a stir. So as I mentioned before, we did do some changes to it. We realised that we had it too fine a grind. Yes, you can taste the difference in it. It's obviously got a bit of brew to it, so I'll pop a bit of milk with this. So we've got 1 cup out of it. So by the look of what's left in the jug, I'd say we would easily get another cup out of it. So that'd be 2 cups that you could use. So you wouldn't, unless you're making a lot of coffees for everybody. For one person, the half pot brew and the ratio that I used, as I mentioned, which was 35 grams of coffee, 550 ml of water, but we did have to unblock it to get our full fluid through. So a lot of it was still sitting on top of the brew basket. So for our next video, we will increase our grind size, and we will still keep our same ratio, and then we will see how it performs then. So on that note, if you like the video, please hit the like button, hit the notification bell for the next video and further ones, and please do subscribe. I have had a couple more subscribers recently, so thank you to those people, and thank you for watching.